You said what? Not say it again. You still on that? You trying to find your tight end, but you ain't trying to trade now. No, who are them? Who them five?
Hey everybody, it's the Coach. This is Thursday Night Football.
Now we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Tonight we kick off Week 3 with a great Thursday.
Finish my songs.
Matchup between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. First carry for Josh Jacobs, fighting through. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Prescott. It's complete to Williams. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kiki QT, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of the team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week, we're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. 2nd and 15. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays? Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. They're going to look to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. 2nd and 10. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 16.
56.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw. That'll be complete to Cook. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
It's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation. Open the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They had the touchdown.
But, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. He's a second-round pick, a solid second-round pick. But when you're close to that first round, do you come in with a little chip on your shoulder?
You definitely do, because now your money's not the same. But even more than that, it's the prestige. Everyone wants to be a first-round pick, and he thought his talent demanded that. And I do know some teams in the league that had first-round grades on him.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a third down and long coming up. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. He'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Prescott got his man. It's Eifert. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be a second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Vikings on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Prescott now. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Looking to throw. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
This quarterback now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. They'll drop the throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So
right around the 28-yard line. They bought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Prescott to throw it. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Two first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday you press it a little bit. This might be the case.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw here. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Pass interference. Defense.
Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Me?
They'll set up to throw. And he finds Howard complete. And to the 36.
Oh, didn't
taken
mind
down
the
there after getting 8 yards.
Broke your wrist.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Completes it to Samuel.
Let's go! Let's go!
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows.
Fake.
does before the defender does.
Get ready. Get ready.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense. 2nd and 14. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And out now come the Vikings.
Yo, Boob.
With still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Back to back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Prescott. It's caught by Funchess. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Funchess has it complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Prescott now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now Prescott gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on him a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Throwing. Prescott. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Well, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. This fielded at the 2. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah,
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Prescott. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Randy Gregory coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up fourth.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. 2nd and 10. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Got his target, Samuel. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Second and long. Open man is Samuel, complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch. Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 30.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now this one complete on the slant route. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. His first career touchdown pass, and yeah, it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Prescott from the gun. Got an open man. It's QT. Past the 20. Touch.
God damn, how this nigga getting whooped off the line like that.
Vikings. Kiki QT with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this.
This nigga just stopped, bro.
And the Vikings have taken the lead. Here's McCray now to add the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. Touchdown for Minnesota. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here's Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw, and that is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
56, the mic, boy, 56. Check, 56.
Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. Here's Matt Wild now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight.
What league you been do already?
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone.
Wait,
For a
what you want for your first?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next
Oh,
drive.
that was it. What you want for your first, motherfucker?
The passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Here's Prescott. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
So now?
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Back to throw now in his own end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So it can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. So a change of possession here on the punt, and this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Now a look at Kiki Cutie as he and the rest of the offense gear up to go again. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Check 55 to Mike. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hey,
On second down now, it's Jacobs. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Prescott now setting up the screen here. Aaron Jones. And he's taken down inside the 30. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And blitz coming, and down he goes.
boom. Big hit all day. Sack City.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They will run the draw with Jacobs. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They run it with Jacobs. Oh, no, he lost the football. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
Things just got interesting. They try for the long field goal there to salt this one away. They don't get it, and now a little time for the other guys to mount a late drive.
Well, they thought their kicker would put it through the post and finish this one off. I'm sure they discussed pooch punting it and letting their defense take over. Well, the defense now has to make it stand up, but they didn't get the best field position because the ball comes back to the line of scrimmage.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Trying to cover Cooper there a little too closely.
And he's such a tough cover because he runs his route so well. Hard to stay with him and hard to figure out exactly where the break points are. And in this case, he created another pass interference call.
He'll look to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Amari Cooper, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow, this fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Here's Prescott, and this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 22, and they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. In a tie game fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So Dak Prescott in the offense. Down by 7. Less than 90 seconds to go. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. The 40, 30, 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Devin Funchess, an 80-yard touchdown as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Curtis Samuel, his second touchdown of the night. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Obviously a huge touchdown for their team, but a big touchdown for a rookie quarterback here to be able to break the tie in the fourth quarter.
And he just shook off all the pressure, too. Because when you think about it, tie ball game, rookie quarterback, most of them are thinking, don't make a mistake. Instead, this young man just said, I'll make a play.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So now it's the Vikings' turn, trailing by a touchdown. A little under a minute to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Back to throw. Open man is QT, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They'll look to throw. Funchess has it complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Fighting to stay upright. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down. Now Prescott on fourth down. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. looks like he'll throw here. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Second and 10 now from the 27. They'll look to throw here. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Looking for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bears, they get back.